Let's take a look at the form for the standing dumbbell lateral raises. To perform this movement, we're going to pull the arms up to the side of the body with a very slightly bent elbow, pulling the arms up slightly forward. Because of the nature of this movement, it will get very difficult very fast, so make sure you're taking your progression nice and slow. Looking at the anatomy of the arm, you can see the shoulder muscle at the top there. If we draw a line from the top of the shoulder down to the middle of the elbow, what we notice is that the end of the shoulder does not cross the midline. This means that our muscle movement should follow that pattern. This translates to the movement should be performed with the elbows slightly in front of the body to follow that same path of the shoulder, not just the midline of the arm. Most often I see people do this straight to the side and not slightly forward. So perform it this way instead, and you'll get a much better emphasis on the shoulder muscles. As far as height goes, I recommend that you get the dumbbells at least to the bottom of the chest. Some people I work with even try and go as high as to get the arms to the shoulder level. Both of these are still correct, but it's up to you on how high you would like to go. More range of motion typically means more benefits. Even still, others try and get the hands beyond the shoulders as shown here. Whatever you decide, just stick to it. Putting it all together, it should look something like this. Next, we'll look at some common mistakes. The first common mistake that I see when people perform this movement is throwing the body and legs into the movement. If you're creating momentum through the rest of the body, you're not going to be reaping the benefit of the movement. The next common mistake I see is bending the elbows too much. You'll notice they end up at about a 90-degree angle here, and while this will make the movement easier, it will also negate many of the benefits of performing the movement. As discussed before, another common mistake is raising the arms straight to the side like this. Remember that this does not follow the line of the shoulder and is not as optimal or beneficial as putting the elbows slightly forward. If you're watching yourself in the mirror and you can see that your shoulders are rising up into your neck while you perform this movement, the likely thing is that you're raising your shoulders too high. If you instead see your shoulder blades come together or your chest open as you're watching yourself from the front, the likely thing is that you're pulling back as you get to the top of the movement. Remember, the arms should stay in front of the body. The best way to fix both of these problems is to push the shoulders down and shoulder blades out and forward. By keeping the shoulders down will ensure a very high quality movement that targets the delts and doesn't bleed into other muscle groups. I hope this helps. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the gym.